President Biden is scheduled to sign the bill, as Joe said, Friday following a Thursday address to the nation. We'll carry that here for you on News Nation. Democrats say the bill is crucial for the nation's recovery. Republicans argue, as you heard, the price tag is just too high. Joining us tonight is Representative John Garamendi, a Democrat from California. He voted yes for the relief bill, and Representative Rodney Davis, a Republican from Illinois, who voted no. Congressman, we appreciate your time tonight on News Nation. Representative Davis, I'd like to start with you. You have said that the American people don't need progressive legislation. They need relief now. This bill, as you just heard, does provide quite a bit of relief with direct payments for people who are struggling, support for small businesses. What is your main concern with this rescue plan and its price tag?
Friend, Mr. Garamendi, but in the end, this bill's about a lack of accountability. In a $2 trillion package, there's bound to be some good things that everyone likes. But who's going to pay for it? The benefits today are the cost for our kids and grandkids tomorrow. And really, when it comes to my home state of Illinois, we watched our governor waste $42 million that we, in a bipartisan way, gave to him to actually implement an effective unemployment insurance system, and he's failed miserably. There are 42 million reasons why I want more accountability for Governor J.B. Pritzker in the state of Illinois in this package, and it's not there.
Representative Garamendi, I'd like to give you an opportunity to respond to that in terms of distribution of this money and accountability moving forward for the nearly $2 trillion.
Well, the accountability first begins here in Congress. We put the money out there that the country desperately needs. Rodney, you know as well as I do that people are hurting. 535,000 or so people have died, and many, many more still sick, still suffering. Unemployment, 18 million at least. Children going hungry. Families not being able to stay in their home. Businesses shutting down. All of those things are happening at the same time that we need to get the vaccination program going. This money is desperately needed. The $1,400 per person, people need to be able to buy food. They need to be able to pay their rent. All of those things are important. And you're quite right. Every governor needs to be held accountable. And you ought to take that up with Pritzker. But here in Congress, we are accountable also. We're accountable to the future of this nation. If we didn't do this, this economy would limp along for the next 4 to 5 years before it ever got back to where it was before the pandemic hit. This gives us a chance to stabilize the economy. And then, Rodney, you and I know, because we've worked on it together in the Transportation Infrastructure Committee, we're going to put out a massive infrastructure bill. With regard to the deficit, hey, the deficit hawks left town in 2017 when you rang up a $1.6 trillion deficit with a tax bill. Almost 80 to 90% of that money went to the top 1 to 10% of the population and the big corporations. So let's get with it. Let's help Americans get back to work. Let's get that vaccine in the arms. Let's get the kids back in school. Let's get the businesses open. Let's get things moving in America. That's what this bill does.
Representative Davis, I'd like to give you a few seconds to respond to that.
Look, I always like debating my good friend John. We serve on committees together, but he's just dead wrong in this case. When you talk about accountability, I wish Governor Pritzker would listen to me and many of my colleagues and spend the billions that we've given the state of Illinois wisely. And we did it in a bipartisan way. We were able to work together. And I'm glad that my good friend John is actually in favor of tax cuts now and actually in favor of reducing the tax burden on American families, because that's what we did as Republicans. And we got the historic economic growth that we promised. Remember, before this pandemic, we had historic low unemployment. We had historic economic growth, and we're going to get back to that. Here's the problem, though. This bill is only 9% of $2 trillion that is related to COVID vaccine distribution and COVID-related causes. And I wish John and I and others would come together in a bipartisan way, once again, like we did 5 other times throughout 2020, to really address COVID relief, to make sure that our small businesses, our mom and pop shops were able to survive this pandemic. But instead, what John and the Democrats did today, they gave millionaires and billionaires Obamacare subsidies. That's not COVID relief. We need to make sure we target the relief, put some accountability measures in place, and do it in a bipartisan way, which John knows this was not bipartisan.
Well, let's bring up bipartisanship for a moment. We only have a few seconds left, but I'd like to get both of your thoughts on the filibuster because, as you've said, this bill passed with zero bipartisan support. Not a single Republican in the House or Senate supported this COVID relief moving forward. So, Representative Garamendi, I'll let you have a word on this first. Where do you stand on the filibuster and compromise moving forward? Because, of course, the filibuster was designed to be a form and a tool of compromise, and many are arguing it is now a form of obstruction for the party who leads in each house.
Well, it certainly is a form of destruction, no doubt about that. But let's make one thing clear. There's been an opportunity for Republicans to work all of this bill, all that's in it, went through every committee in the House of Representatives. It had hearing after hearing. It had an opportunity for amendments all along the way. And the Republicans simply decided they weren't going to vote for it. And that's a shame because there was an opportunity here. It's not the filibuster. 50 votes or 51% was required in both houses. And the Republicans had an opportunity to vote for it if they chose to do so. For whatever reason, they chose not to. But it was always available. And in the House of Representatives, there were hearings after hearings in 5 of the 6 of the major committees in the House of Representatives, including the one that Rodney and I are on in the Transportation Infrastructure Committee.
Representative Davis, your final thoughts.
They were sham digital hearings, and we knew what the outcome was going to be. And the only thing bipartisan about this bill was the opposition. Remember, a Democrat voted with us against this bill. And when you talk about the filibuster, I certainly hope we can still have a 60-vote threshold, but I'm not averse to telling those senators, diaper up and get on the floor and start talking.
Well, we've got a lot ahead of us, and I look forward to having both of you back here on News Nation as we continue to debate not only COVID relief and accountability and how it's spent, but gun control legislation, immigration. We have some big things in our purview. So we welcome you both back on to discuss that in the coming days and weeks. Representative Rodney Davis from Illinois and Representative John Garamendi from California. Appreciate your time tonight on News Nation.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks.
Take care, Rod.
You too, John. See you, buddy.
Well, that's a good way to end things, right? They are friends in the end. Americans earning up to $75,000 can receive the full payment, but payments are cut off completely at $80,000. Couples earning up to $150,000 qualify for the full payment. That cutoff is $160,000. If you would like to find out how much money you may qualify for, you can use our stimulus calculator, and you can find that on the front page of our website. Just go to newsnationnow.com.